And from day one, I started giving them training for dog therapy, where because these dogs, when they came in my life, it changed my life completely.
The
So I
dogs help you get back to the safe touch, the feeling of being safe in your own body, the feeling of being safe when you are. The
So,
experience is so magical that until you don't experience it, literally in person, this blabber is not going to help anybody.
she
So
was a lady who had that fear of dogs, and it didn't went away completely, but she was a little bit, uh, more comfortable after. Hello and welcome to the 20th episode of podcast series. I'm truly grateful for your support and the love you're showering with the likes, subscribes, and that's the reason I've reached so far. So today's episode is one of those truly heartwarming conversation that you don't want to miss. So we have two remarkable guests with us today. Karnna Paleja, he is the founder of Pawkies, known for its dog and cuddle therapy and boarding daycare services for dogs. As well as we have Nidhi Shah, clinical psychotherapist, who is trained in multiple therapies as well as including animal assisted therapy. So Nidhi also works closely with Pawkies, and she is the one who brings the magic of cuddle therapy. Hello Karna, hello Nidhi. Thank you so much for joining. So let's begin our conversation. But before that, I would just like to ask how are both of you doing? How is Pawkies doing, and how all
we are
the
great.
are doing at your organization?
Everything is good. We are great. Even furry kids are great.
That's great.
yeah, thank you so much, Shivani, for inviting us here. We are very thrilled to be on this podcast. And yes, let's see what our dogs have on the table for the
That's
day.
Yeah, even I'm excited too. So,
Yeah.
would love if you can, though I have given a short introduction about both of you about Pockies, I would love to hear from Karna about the organization, and I would love to know how this dog cuddle therapy started in at Pockies, and how that idea came, and was that an aha moment or was it just with the flow? So I would like to know about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I started Pockets 7 years back, in 2017.
Okay.
So where I had my first dog, which is a cocker spaniel, Bruno. Bruno, come here, come here, come up, up. One second. Everybody, come up. Yes. Juppy, for a moment, get down. 1 second. Oh,
Juby
good.
don't want to like.
Yeah. So his name is Bruno. 7 years old, eldest of all my six furry kids. I'm a pet parent of six dogs, from
Great.
which he's the first dog, Bruno. And 1 second. Oh no, I love you. I love you all. Yeah. So I started Pocky 7 years back as a dog daycare and boarding center, where because at that time there were hard.
There's a dog
So,
traffic there.
so in 2017, there were hardly dog daycare and boarding center in Mumbai. So basically, I'm located in Mumbai, and I started Pockets in Mumbai, and there were hardly dog daycare and boarding center at that time. And so, as a pet parent, I used to struggle when I used to go out of town or anywhere. As a pet parent, I have to struggle to find a good daycare and boarding center to keep my furry kid, who take care of my dog as their own. dog and child and everything, because dog daycare and boarding is something where you need to trust is required. So yeah, then I started from my home as a home boarding center, home-based dog daycare and boarding center, and
Mhm.
slowly I started taking care of dogs. 100, it goes to 50, 100, then 200, and now I have almost 7,000 plus pet parent clients and
Wonderful.
3,000 plus yeah 3,000 plus visitor clients whom I have provided dog cuddle therapy also. And yeah, many thousands of dogs I've taken care of until now in these 7 years of journey in my pockets. And yeah, and slowly, every year I started adopting a dog one by one, and now I own 6 dogs. And from day one, I started giving them training for dog therapy,
Mhm.
where because these dogs, when they came in my life, it changed my life
Okay.
completely. So I feel like even I should train them to give dog therapy happiness and experience to the people, because everybody cannot have a pet. It's a big responsibility.
True,
So
true.
where this dog therapy gives them happiness, cuddle, love, and everything. Because even when I was child, I always wanted a dog because I used to love animals and everything. But my parents never allowed me. Like it's a Indian people how parents say that you already a dog. No, why you require a dog?
Mhm.
So yeah, that's how I decided. Okay, when I grow up, I will take a dog by my own, and not only one, many dogs.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how these dogs came in my life. And
Wonderful.
so
Would
yeah,
love
that's all.
to now move a little bit towards the therapy aspect of it, and my next question is for you, Nidhi. Since you are working in the field of mental health, and you have also now experience with animal assisted therapy, you have been trained, and now that you are working at Pawkies, um, I would like to know about what exactly animal assisted therapy is, and in a very simple words for our viewers, if you can give a brief in short.
Sure. So, in very simple words, in therapeutic language, it's always said that don't offer an advice to people who need a hug. That's exactly what our dogs do here.
Lovely.
People are deprived of love, cuddles, kisses, and which literally stops their daily bodily functioning. And when we have the trained therapy dog coming into our clients, all the affection and all the love the dogs give to the clients, uh, it literally has the power to change your entire energetic field. In neuroscience, we call it the oxytocins are released for humans. And likewise, as I'm just going to use little more technical terms, something called as mirror neurons. If you're seeing a dog is calm and is trusted, and the same thing the client, the person sitting in front of you, transmits as well. And that's exactly the fab job our dogs do. uh, it's basically your dogs become your shrink. And the beauty about this is you just don't speak at all. In fact, we have had so many clients who speak and who blabber, and so many of them, they cry their heart out when they see the dogs. Now, I mean this in the perspective of expressing their love, not out of the fear. That's a different tangent altogether, but most of them, they also cry out. And the hug has so much of warmth the dogs give you. It does wonders than what a medicine also could do. So yeah, in simple language, a hug goes longer than a medicine. And
That,
a furry hug goes more longer than a normal medicine ever could go.
that's so lovely. It's so lovely way of putting it. Um Another thing I would like to know about is is there a difference, between the therapeutic aspect of cuddle therapy with animals or with dogs and the pet we have at home? So, is there a difference between both of them? So, like therapeutic cuddle and our pet comforting us. So, is it like the same thing that we can say?
No, it's different.
Okay.
Karna, take over.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, having a pet at home is different than a dog, therapy dog, which are trained for the specially for interaction cuddle with strangers, humans. So as you, if you have a pet, so your pet will be more excited, loving to you only as a owner,
Right.
not to the strangers who are coming over. They will just say, no, it's unknown. They wag the tail, sniff, and go away. That's how pet dogs does. When any if you have a pet at home, any new people coming at home, they just sniff, get excited, check like unknown, they go just go away. They won't interact with you, cuddle with you, sit on your lappy, give you kisses or everything. These
Hmm.
therapy dogs are trained for all these things where they just warmly welcome all the strangers who are coming to pet them, interact with them. So they just calmly go them, start wagging it, sitting beside them, giving them comfort, and just lying on the back and asking them to give them belly rubs, giving
Hmm.
them paw, giving lots of kisses, legs, and everything.
It's so heartwarming. Yeah, you were saying
And
something.
pet dogs are not that trained. Pet dogs are just a over pampered child. Like if they see any strangers, they start barking and everything to the
Hmm.
strangers and everything. If they because they try to protect the territory.
True, true, true.
So, and these therapy dogs are trained in that way that they don't bark, they don't get aggressive, they don't react in anything, because people who are coming all are different humans with different personality, different behaviors, and everything. So, these therapy dogs are gone under all the trainings and everything. Like if anyone touching their tails, if anyone touching their forehead or anywhere, they don't react. They just enjoy that moment. But pet dogs doesn't like if any stranger coming and touching their forehead, directly touching their tail or anything.
Right, right. So yes, now I can, clearly understand the difference
Yes,
in both of them. Uh, yes, so I'm having much more clarity with, the conversation proceeding ahead. So I
yeah,
have, so since we were talking yesterday, Karna and I was talking yesterday, and he told me about the therapy Pawkies provide for the hospital at hospital for autism individuals with autism. So I would really like to know about how the experience is and how does it support the individuals.
Yes, so therapy dogs does a fab job for children with special needs, children with autism. Now, if you see these kids, uh, they are in a spectrum, and in that spectrum, the desire to be held or the desire to be touched is usually low for most of them. Again, it depends from a kid to kid. And most of the autistic kids are non-verbal. So as I said earlier, therapy dogs are literally unicorn therapist unicorns, if I was to put it that way metaphorically. So they just all act as a unicorn to these kids, and the warmth and the fur that they are able to feel of the dogs, they catch on that sensitivity better, since the kids with special needs, they require a lot of sensory integration in their therapeutic work in their daily routine, because that's very much missing for them than what a normal kid usually would do it with ease. These kids take a while, and most of them take a lot of time to get uh okay with it, get holding with it. And that's a reason what again a therapist or talking traditional talk therapy can't help. The dogs come into the picture and they play a huge role helping these kids calm down. And besides, what is so interesting is this animal assisted therapy also works wonders if a person, especially a kid, has been sexually abused. So, in the tangent of sexual abuse, the dogs help you get back to the safe touch, the feeling of being safe in your own body, the feeling of being safe when you are hugging another living being, and it shifts your way of thinking drastically when there is a furry dog coming in front of you before you are expected to hug a person, literally. So they play a huge role. And besides, when it comes to the dogs and the kids again, uh, it also helps them with good eye hand motor coordination, good brain gym activities, because the kids also eventually learn how to give commands to the dog. The dogs learn to follow those commands. So it's a two-way interaction happening between the kids and the dogs. And again, as per neuroscience, the kids and the dogs have higher level of sensitivity and a higher level of feeling, because the prefrontal cortex in dogs is very small. It's almost missing in them. And similarly, for a kid before 6 years old, the prefrontal cortex is literally developing. So they feel more than they think, like most humans do. And similarly, the dogs feel more than they think. So when it's just like imagine two magnets attracting to each other, the two positives attracting to each other helps you perform better. It's like if you have a partner who is supporting you, you are going to do a fab job. Whereas you have a partner who is toxic and not really supportive of you, you will be always frustrated. Similarly, this works the very same way. So
Yeah.
yes.
That fresh, very fresh and new insight for me as well as the audience.
The
So,
experience is so magical that until you don't experience it, literally in person, uh, this blabber is not going to help anybody. So we always urge people to come and just say hi to the dogs.
so moving on towards a little bit of lighter mode, what we can say, the therapy you provide in various organization, may they be corporates or colleges or schools. How was the experience of Pawkies, their therapy for kids and the people in that at their organization? How was the experience so far?
So it was it was amazing. Pockies have provided dog therapy to many corporates, where employees, people who are working in the corporates, they have lots of uh, that pressure, work pressure, and all. Where this dog therapy helps them to stress burst out,
Hmm.
diverting their mind, enjoying that moment, petting and cuddling with these therapy dogs.
Okay.
Because dog therapy is all about stress buster.
Yes.
Yeah, and in preschools also we have visited many dog preschools we have visited where we uh, um, we this dog therapy helps them to be confident. Uh, teaching we teach all these toddlers and preschool kids like how to pet them, be confident, how to cuddle with them. Dogs are not harmful for you. How to encourage a dog, how to start a conversation with a dog, like first giving them hands, let them sniff you,
I just remembered one more incident that I have seen a demo of dog cuddle therapy before. Just like Karna was mentioning, there's a process. You can just first give your palm or fist, and then allow them to sniff it. And she was a psychologist herself. She was a lady who had that fear of dogs, and it didn't went away completely, but she was a little bit uh, more comfortable after that demonstration, and that was also something which amazed me. uh, but having
Yeah,
said
well, in that case, we, as I mentioned, uh, even for our kids, what we do, there are many kids in the first go, they might be comfortable. There are many who might need more sitting. So it's very much customized like any other therapy, and not every person. Even though we do have a structure, this is the first thing you do, then the second, third, fourth. However, not everybody will be able to go through that structure. Perhaps not many would be able to do the paw thing like a fist, a high five. However, they might be comfortable with the kisses and licks, or vice versa. So it's very much customized.
right.
And yeah, and talking about that fear point also, as you mentioned, many of us come to us who have the fear of dogs, and that's exactly where the trained therapy dogs play a huge role.
Mhm.
And the fact that we say trained therapy, Karna will throw us some more light on how the training procedure happens. Is exactly helping the individual in lessening the fear. And now, before we get the dogs into the picture, there is little therapeutic work that goes into the picture before the dog entirely comes in. Is the therapist, the pet therapist, the animal assisted therapist, the trained therapist again sits with the client and understand where the fear comes from and etc. And then there's little work done around that, and then slowly and steadily the dogs come into the picture. It's just like you are not going to learn the entire sentence first. You will learn the ABCDs, and then you learn the words, and then you learn the grammar, and then you learn the sentence. So the way we have a procedure, every kid has a procedure of learning something and adapting to that learning. Similarly with dogs and the comfort around the dogs, a person, and to let go of that fear, this is how we slowly and steadily uh, inculcate in. And I'm sure you must have studied about this during your psychology days. And it is also called, we also use a little bit of classical conditioning in here, where we conditioned our clients that this much you're okay, and then we move forward. There's something called systematic desensitization, or systematically sensitizing them. So, yeah. And interestingly, you will see all the fear people have around dogs is to do with the fear of their senses. Like, I like to use some example, confidential I mean, no names. Example where the person is okay patting the back, but the person is not okay when with smelling the dog, or the person is not okay if the dog is coming and licking on your face or touching your lips. Now you see here there are senses involved of that person. So in order to get that person comfortable with that sense, like now you see how sweetly the dog is smelling and Karna has no reaction, and they both are comfortable. Many are not. So in that case, you work on the senses part of the human. The dogs are very well trained in all their senses. However, you work on the senses part of that human. Where is this sense coming from? What is the fear of the sense? Where is it coming from? Rooting from. So once that is cleared, and then the dogs come in and they just become your therapist. And you, if you also take any life case studies, you start a client today, you brain scan their neurotransmitters as of today, and you brain scan again their neurotransmitters, let's say a month down the line, you will see a amazing difference, like how much they have held this person together. So it's scientifically proven, energetically proven, religiously proven, spiritually proven that how dogs play a major role, and how dogs can help you heal like not even a healer can help you.
So yes, that was the aspect I wanted to talk about, the therapeutic part of the cuddle therapy. Um, Now to dive a little bit into, the stars we have, the healers, as you mentioned. So, how does, the training of these therapeutic dogs happen? Do you see, like, do you consider a few traits earlier before training them, or um, yeah, yeah, you want, Anna, please
Yeah,
go ahead.
so I tell you, there are many proper trainings are there for to make a dog a therapy dog. But for my own therapy dogs, I've trained them as a owner and as a pet parent of them. I never use any traits. So training a dog is not about it's not only about giving a trait and training them. It's all about how well you emotionally connect with the dogs.
Right, right.
For example, in human kids, it's like as a parent, they send the kids to the tuition to for teaching for education and all. And
Mm-hmm.
as a parents, they teach the kids by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the different in the same that's the same way in dogs also. So it's like how you well be connected with your dog. It's the trainer won't be that much because at the end the dogs is gonna stay with you 24/7.
Um, we
So yeah, they need to understand our command, our home our home language, our commands, our something that commands when commands is not required. Just a normal I interaction is required.
okay,
We
okay.
never we most of the time not use even don't use commands also. We just use because the dogs that do understand your body language.
Mm-hmm.
And dogs in this dogs as a pet parent they these are became a therapy dog because they adopt how the owners are the same way if you in human kids also they grown up following the part of their parents, right? Their personality, their behavior, everything comes from their parents. The same way in dogs also they adopt everything from their owners, becoming friendly, everything emotionally connecting with the owners.
Right.
And whenever I take them for dog therapy, I always be personally available there because without me, they're not gonna interact or cuddle with any humans
Oh,
because at the end they are trusting me and going to the visitors,
true, true.
humans.
Yeah,
So
every
as a owner, I know their weakness points. I know that body languages. I know that like. I can predict them. What
mm-hmm.
are because dogs cannot speak, so I can predict them that what they what willing to do. What they and if any humans are any visitors are patting them in a wrong way, so I understand that my dog is not liking that because dogs cannot speak.
True, true, true. Even they have their own fears, obviously. It's
Yes,
both way
because
around.
dogs are same like humans. Even they are moody. They have attitude. They have ego. Everything they have.
Karna, I wanted to ask you how is your experience so far when you started, like, the day since you started this cuddle therapy, and now that it's been 8 years, so how it has influenced you as a person, like giving therapy, providing this service, and associated with therapists like Nidhi. And how is it for you?
Like, it's a wonderful experience. They have changed a lot in my life. Whatever I am right now, and whatever, just because of this therapy these dogs, my dogs. So yeah, they have made me confident. They have made me being a good human being.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So the next, so since we are, about to conclude our session, I would like to hear from both of you, or any one of you can pitch in what vision you have for Pawkies.
So vision is like to give to provide dog therapy to more humans, more corporates, more hospitals, schools, and everyone, and to spread awareness about what exactly dog therapy is.
Great.
Because people think like dogs are the non things to just to play. But
Right.
it's not all about just playing with the dogs. It's about cuddling and petting with the dogs. That's what dog therapy is all about. And spread awareness about the benefits and importance of dog therapy
Right.
to the more humans,
Right.
and even in different cities.
So yes, yeah, absolutely.
Because
Whatever.
this concept is of US. Dog therapy is actually a concept of US. It
Yeah.
came from US, where dog therapy dogs are even taken to the ICUs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a new thing to India, India, and slowly, I'm trying my best to make it more awareness and give knowledge to the people about dog
People.
therapy.
I'm very happy that my viewers would be able to get a clarity, understand, and they will also share this video. And I really, I usually don't do this, but I really want my viewers to share this video and spread awareness about this therapy, which is very different from the normal classical talk therapy which we have. So I really want to say that please do spread it out to more number of people in your connections. And yeah, you're doing an amazing job, Karna. And before concluding our session, I would like uh, to ask that what are the what people should keep in mind before going for dog and cuddle therapy.
I'm just
There
thinking,
is
honestly, there's nothing.
nothing. There
That's
is no
great.
nothing expect.
Yeah.
That's so
You just have to.
understand. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you just have to look dog as a living human perspective of you, and loving them as a human beings only, and just be confident and bindas and trust them, because dogs trust you. Dogs trust you, blindly trust you.
Okay, okay.
Totally.
So that
It's
was
just
So
like on a concluding note, I like to say, like, I'm not sure if you're aware of this fact, but dogs, the pets, they choose their owners and not vice versa. Even if you might have seen her, there are many pet animals that people adopt, and they often stay sick. Many of them die once they are in that house. However, the others, when they uh, come into somebody's house, somebody's life, they bring joy and abundance and prosperity. That is because the pets choose their owners, and not vice versa. Um, so yes, well, similarly, even in therapy setting, it's just like when you choose your own therapist for your healing and stuff. Now, Chupi is also giving a paw here.
give paw,
So when
give paw to everyone. Give paw, second to
uh,
everyone.
they uh,
Give paw.
they help you heal. So if you trust them, they will trust you back. And we often see this during therapy sessions, talk therapy sessions, where with many of the clients promptly, and this is Jupiter only who's doing this most of the time, he's going to rest on his. Now, dogs don't show their back to anybody until they really trust you. So, if they show you their back, it means that they trust you and they are going to follow everything that you're going to say. So, as rightly Karna said, I like to second him that trust yourself and trust them, and you'll be just fine.
That's amazing. That's amazing way of concluding. Thank you so much, Nidhi, and thank you so much, Karna, for shedding light on so many aspects. I know that this was a very small session that we are having, but still there are many new insights that I have discovered, and that will be helpful for me as well as the viewers. So that was it from my side. I really appreciate your time and presence, Karna and Nidhi, both of you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Definitely. Thank you so much for your time and having us. We really enjoyed this, and yes, looking forward for more such collaborations. Do let us know if we can be of any help to you. And do spread the awareness out there in Pune. We are looking to expand our horizons all over the world, and we want our dogs to help and heal as many people as they can be at service to. So yes.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Karna. Yes, you wanted to say something.
No, nothing. Thank you so much.